free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. Is your ginger honey chip.
This is a quick one for all of us to leave it. The story is there. And sorry, this issue that I shared my opinion on is taking the center page of our stories and is affecting us. Hello, it's yes. Good evening.
So is it the right time to talk?
So call me at 7. Thank you very much. Right, I thought she was having a comment on our show, but I think she was just calling me. I'm still live, sorry. So I picked a call because I thought she was just about to share a comment. So the story for today reads carefully. A young lady at GSS fell in love with a guy and they moved on the relationship to SS, that's secondary school, from GSS to secondary school. The relationship continued like that, and fortunately for them, the guy went to KNUST, Kumasi University, and she didn't tell us where she was, that they were still practicing the sex relationship. The talking jolly was still going on, and in that journey and in that lifestyle, in her enjoyment, one of the things that happened to her was that it was sexual. They were having sex, so she decided to be faithful to the guy, not allowing any other person to come and have sex with her, which was a good thing. And I keep saying that when you take initiative of not having sex before marriage, is a very good decision you are taking. It will help you, it give you balanced mind, it will let you have a sound mind, and you will not be worried about other issues that comes up with it. But in that particular interest, he says the guy traveled and came back and said, let's have a meeting. A young lady is pregnant for me for 3 months. I have come to learn some principles of life. That the fact that you're going out with somebody and say no sex before marriage doesn't stop the person from having sex, because no sex between us has not stopped me from not having sex. So no sex between us, but I'm still having sex with any other person. So you can be surprised one day with a child or a pregnancy somebody that I had with somebody whilst I was still sleeping. The danger here is that once you are giving the person sex and you hear the person has impregnated somebody else, you should be worried, because it means that you are putting your sexual life at risk. Because regularly you're having sex with me alone. For example, anybody else I'm having sex with, I might be having sex with. When it comes to my wife, I'm putting that person at risk and putting my wife at risk. If the person is also sleeping with other people unprotected, she's putting me too at risk. So it becomes a high risk adventure where you are having sex unprotected with all the people around you. You have the right to stay away from sex, but the fact that the guy says no, and most of you, the last days, knowing your status when it comes to HIV/AIDS have not been a luxury of your life. The fact that I checked my status the last time and I was negative doesn't mean I'm still negative. Why? Because I've done a lot of things, especially in my field of work, that could lead me to have been infected. Infection of HIV is blood related. You have gone to do your nails, you have gone to the barbering shop, they've used some machine on you without sterilizing it. We're cautious when COVID came, but we've lost all the protocols. None of us are serious with the protocols now. So having sex with anybody and the person coming to tell you that somebody else is pregnant for me should put you in a position where you should be worried, because it means that the person is sleeping with you and sleeping with somebody else. It's just pregnancy. What if it's an infection? It's not always HIV/AIDS. You can have any form of infection that will not be treatable. It will not be HIV/AIDS, but will lead you to other places. Do you get what I'm saying? So abstinence when you are in a relationship is a good thing. It's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. However, if you are doing it with an intention not to force somebody to marry you because you are a virgin, or you are not doing it because you are masturbating and not having sex, using dildos, putting trees, sticks, rubber, raw, other things into your vagina, then you are putting yourself at risk. Because when finally a guy comes to marry you, he has to battle with Akobam in your pride. So there was a young lady who traveled to Saudi Arabia, and while she was there, she didn't want to have sex with anybody. She stayed in Kuwait for 2 years. And while she was in Kuwait, she said the only thing she did in Kuwait to keep her sexuality safe and away from sleeping with other people was to put hot balm in her private part. First, when she comes back to Ghana, she doesn't feel anything when she has sex. She came for counseling with this psychological counseling. I did the evaluation, and so go and see a doctor. We went to see the doctors, and they realized that most of the nerves are done. The nerves are weak. It's not because she has put a baby there, but the truth was that she has to tell the doctor what she did. She was putting hot balm. So when she feels to have sex, she will smell hot balm on her clit and enter into her inside, and she will lie down with the burning sensation, and she will feel comfortable and sleep. Which male organ will come with burning sensation? So the system is connected to such an thing, and so your sexuality gets bad. I'm saying that this young lady has been going with this guy. The guy has impregnated another lady who is 3 months pregnant and comes to tell you that a girl is pregnant for me, and says this was coincidence. It was not somebody I was going out with. But when I traveled to my sister's place and I found myself sleeping with this girl unprotected, and now the girl is pregnant. Now hear me. She says she really needs both Osibo and the listeners' help. But Osibo has nothing to offer than the counselor. And that is why I'm reviewing the story now. Your comments are welcome right now here on the page. This is brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. In Ghana, this is how you find it in this bottle on 0277 609 644. Even the people who are doing a trip could have gotten a bottle of Ginger Honey Chips on the trip and advertise it with a fee that as we are walking, when we feel sleepy, we chew Ginger Honey Chips from Councillor Lutrot. And that is how we have been able to do this journey from Accra to UK. I am not against what they have done. I'm only giving them enlightenment on what they could have added to their trip. To those of you who don't understand my comments, be careful with what we are learning. Every second of our life should be a moment of learning. And unfortunately, this story that everybody says that fire and you'll be personal gain is taking the center seat of our conversation. They have changed the program's lineup of most companies. TV3 interviewed them, OKM took them when we were having our discussion. So everybody is taking a view from what they have done. So they are in the limelight, but what are they selling? They are raising funds. They could have gotten billions of dollars to come and do a lot of projects in Ghana. And so my comments might not be nice to you, but I'm sharing my own because everybody has a right. And those who are commenting under my video, they have rights. But it's better you watch the video before you go and comment. But the title of the video is More Room for Improvement. Having read the story of this girl, my question today is, should every relationship end in marriage? Should you invest all because you think it will bring you marriage? Listen. Now, listen. There are too many of you who think that the guy you are sleeping with now is your lifesaver. There are a lot of you who think that the guy who you are going out with now will end up marrying you. Me, my wife, The last thing I thought was that my wife will agree to marry me and become my wife. No. The list of ladies that I had in my life, I was investing in. My wife was the least that I invested in. But when it comes to things that I was doing, I can't remember until we got married. My wife was around, but I can't remember giving her even a birthday present whilst we were not married. I can't remember. But there were other ladies around me that I saw them to be potential, and there were people that I admired and thought they would be the wives of George Lutrot in future. And in their birthday, I'll spend a lot, invested my money, invested my time. Some of them, we were standing in mosquitoes, chatting with them, and I was not hitting my leg on the ground, getting my leg to my family house. An investment. I spent time with most of them. I took care of most of them emotionally, with the intent that they will be wives. I have a story of a lady who took cake to my mother. She was one of the most beautiful girls that day. Then she was beautiful, and I thought she was religiously inclined with my future and her business lifestyle and what I'm doing. Unfortunately for us, we never got married because she gave cake to my mother, and I thought she has jumped the gun. She ran faster ahead of me. She was doing what I was not expecting her to do earlier. So I'm saying that an investment into a relationship, time is very precious, and we waste a lot of time. Most of the time when we are wasting time, we think we are doing something better to our life. Time is either invested, time is either wasted, or time is either spent. So ask yourself, the relationship you are in now with a guy, a JSS girl, what do you know about love? Even those in tertiary, people who are working, gainfully employed, have no knowledge about what is love. Because as I stand here, I can't define love, because love is a feeling. It's an expression of an emotion. And every temperament have the way they express their love. So if love is your reason for marriage, be careful. No, if love is your reason for marriage, be careful. Be very, very careful. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, be very, very careful. So this young lady's confusion that the guy has impregnated somebody already and the person is 3 months pregnant. Now watch it. Watch it. The fact that somebody is 3 months pregnant for a guy doesn't mean the guy has a child. Why don't we marry women when they are pregnant? The reason is that we can't determine the full fetus to become a being after 9 months. So hear me. The man is said to have a child after the child has been born and named. When a woman loses her pregnancy and doesn't finish full term, in the medical parlance, we can count para one. But in life, we can never say that she has a child, because the evidence of a child is put to birth. Why am I saying all this thing? If you use pregnancy as one of the ways to make decision to marry somebody or not to marry somebody, you will be in trouble in future. Do you get my illustration? The fact that the young man has impregnated somebody and it makes you feel like he doesn't want you anymore. That is why he was able to impregnate somebody. No. 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 Because what is the surety that the girl who is pregnant 3 months will have the baby? I don't. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if your focus is the 3 months pregnancy, you'll miss it. The 3 months pregnancy of the said girl should not be your focus to walk out of a relationship like this. Neither should that also be the yardstick by which you want to stay in the marriage. When you were in JSS, move to SS, the guy is now in the university pursuing whatever degree he's going. You didn't tell us where you are. But if from JSS you love this girl, this guy, and your feeling for him from JSS has not changed, but has increased as it's in the university, then among all women, you are very, 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 very vulnerable. I'm telling you, your vulnerability is high. Yes. Your vulnerability is very, very high. You don't get where I'm coming from. Hear me. A JSS girl, what do you know about love? How many of you can say your first love still has some influence on your love life? You are lying. No, you are lying. You're not serious. I remember when we were in school, those days, there was a girl called Dora, and there was another one called Evelyn Yabua. The feeling that the two of us shared in school was a future wife with Evelyn Yabua. And what we call our day after vacation. She brings food, and the chicken she brings there, she wants to make sure that I chew more than any other friend that was there. I move my life forward in my higher education. I met girls who I didn't know anything could separate us, but they're married. Some are far away from me, and the connection that we had was for that moment. So the investment we're doing was for that moment. If you marry anybody you know from GSS, as the marriage grows, you lose respect and love in the relationship. What record are you setting? That your children will think that you are very faithful to marry their father from JSS, and now you have been in marriage for 20 years. Are you serious? Won't it be better that I knew you at JSS, and right now you have been able to upgrade from JSS and marry somebody else? Do you get me? So what record do you want to set? What do you want to set? What do you want to put straight? Hence, you are pushing your weight to make sure that the guy you started with, you live with. So I hear people saying that me, whoever breaks my virginity will be the one I'm going to get married to. Good. A good statement. But if everybody who breaks your virginity must marry you, then you are waiting that you break your virginity in marriage. But if you tell me that whoever breaks my virginity will marry me, it's a wrong statement. Well, my statements usually don't make a lot of sense to people because I might be thinking too deep. What am I saying? All I'm trying to say is straightforward. Watch it. I don't want to have sex until I'm married. It's a good decision. So you want to start sexual intercourse in marriage? I don't have a problem with it. I clap for you. But if you tell me that whoever has sex with me will be the one that will marry me, it's a two-way, it's a different statement from I will start sex when I marry. You say whoever has sex with me must marry me or will marry me. It means that you are not entering into marriage to have sex, but you are giving sex an opportunity into your life, so you marry. So you are looking at sex before marriage, not sex after marriage. But watch it here. Both of them are risk you are taking. Sex after marriage is a risk. Sex before marriage is a risk. But each of them have their level of risk that you are taking. If you have sex before marriage, you can have unwanted pregnancy that you haven't planned for. If you have sex before marriage, you could become a victim of an infection that you're not prepared for. If you have sex before marriage, it could plant you in a wrong marriage because you are going to insist to marry the roof rats who gave sex to you whilst you're not ready. So sex before marriage doesn't give you sound mind. It puts you on the edge. If you're having sex whilst you're not married and you're having unprotected sex, the slightest shift in your menstrual cycle as a woman, you get confused. You feel you are pregnant. If you are sleeping with a girl, unprotected, not on contraceptive, not using any protection, and she calls you and say, I've still not seen my blood this month, you the guy, it puts you in the fix. So sex before marriage has its own challenges. It reduces your level of making decisions in the marriage lifestyle. But the conversation is that I want to, if you have sex with me, you marry me. Wait, let's get married to have sex. So you are using the sexual intercourse as a bait to enter into marriage. It's a wrong move. Because most people have gotten into sex, into marriages today, and the sexual intercourse they're having with their wives, they are disappointed. Oh, I'm telling you. Look, there are people today who marry their wives, and what they thought they are going to get out of sex, they are not getting it. Today happens to be World Orgasm Day for women. World Lack of Orgasm Day for women. Today is 9th. Yes. Today is 8th, sorry. The 8th day of August is World Lack of Orgasm Day for women. So we are celebrating orgasm today. And the orgasm conference is coming on this year on 25th December at the National Theatre, the exhibition hall. We are ready and we're expanding it to the Families Conference. Now the orgasm conference has been rebranded to the Families Conference because what we do is not just sex, it's a holistic conversation. And the bit of it is the orgasm. The icing is the orgasm. So after 10 years, we should be able to rebrand it to the Families Conference. The Families Conference. And this year we are doing a lot with the Families Conference. So don't miss it. That's your advert I just brought to you. 25th December. And get ready, your tickets will be out soon. You'll see the billboards very soon. In November, billboards will come out. And we are still looking for title sponsors for the Families Conference. And this year, the year of return, and GTA, we are fortunate to have our program entry into the books of December in GH. And I'm happy that at least in the 10th year of our programs, we've been able to have an eye and recognition from GTA. They are not giving us money in the contract that I read, but what they are giving us is giving us recognition and making other patrons to patronize the Families Conference that is brought to you every year by Council. The rebranding of the Orgasm Conference to the Families Conference. Now it's called the Families Conference because within it has the orgasm and other issues. Now hear me. Sex before marriage, on record, nobody has come to tell us how good it has assisted their marriage. The excuses that people give, if you sleep with a guy before he marries you, he will not believe you. He will think when he travels, you will cheat on him. If you give him sex before marriage, he will not feel comfortable with you. He will think you are cheap. These are the stories we keep hearing. But I'm saying that if you don't give me sex before marriage and give me sex after marriage, what is the difference? Because for you, your decision is not to have sex before I marry you. And I have agreed to it. But the contextual decision of my agreement is what you don't know. Do you know about that one? Do you know? Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea? So this young lady says, I've been very faithful to the guy since JSS, SS. He's the only guy I'm having sex with. And he has gone to impregnate somebody else who is pregnant for him for 3 months. Are you thinking about it? So from JSS, you're having sex with this guy. And you have decided not to sleep with anybody again apart from him. Good for you. The fact that you are sleeping with one guy alone, it's not true. I don't believe it. Because the guy you think is the only guy in your life is in other people's life. So you are sleeping with multiple girls. Please, you understand what I'm saying? Let me use myself for example. So I'm going out with Adia Pena. And Adia Pena says, I'm the only person having sex with her. And she has decided to be faithful to herself by allowing only me to have unprotected or having sex with her. But look at me. Anything I meet, I eat. So Adia Pena, sincerely speaking, is sleeping with only me by virtue of taking that decision. But me, when I meet Joanna, when I meet Esther, when I meet Vivian, when I meet Millicent, everybody I meet, I am sleeping with. Is she still sleeping with one man? Yes, but he's having interaction from other women I'm sleeping with. You see, sleeping behind your wife doesn't have anything painful like bringing her unwanted disease or infection that if not you who did that, she will not find herself in that condition. So when a lady says, I'm faithful to him, I agree. I side with you that he's the only person I've been sleeping with my whole life since JSS till now. I agree. But you just found out that even though you are sleeping with only him, he's not sleeping with you alone. Fast forward. He's not even sleeping. The painful part of the letter is that the guy says that this particular sexual intercourse that has landed the girl in 3 months pregnancy was coincidence. It was not a deliberate relationship. And the word coincidence means it just happened. And the lady says, I'm pregnant. Whether he's speaking the truth is justifying his act. My issue is he had the audacity to have sex with somebody else unprotected and impregnated the lady. Take the pregnancy out of your thinking, because whether the pregnancy can go full term or not is a question that can be answered later. But he has the courage to have coincidental sexual intercourse unprotected with another lady whilst he has sex with you two unprotected. Unless you are protected sexually with him every time, then you are safe. Forget about spirits. So if he goes to get infection by coincidence, he will bring you this infection by coincidence. And you are only having the conversation of having coincidental sexual intercourse with somebody because there's pregnancy. And that conversation has come to you because they have decided to keep the pregnancy. These are realities of life. But I'm saying this. No sex before marriage. Whoever breaks my virginity will marry me. It's not like I'll break my virginity with my husband. So from JSS to SS, you are loving somebody who is now in the university and just told you recently that I'm going to my auntie's place or my cousin's place or my sister's place. And when he went to that particular place, he comes back with the news from the place that a certain lady is pregnant 3 months for him. And the confusion with you is that you want to be advised on what to do. Thank God you are saved from any form of infection. And this is a caution to the rest of us. Right now in Accra, it is believed that is it 6 people or 10 get HIV infected every day in Ghana. So as we walk, I am at risk. As you watch me, you are at risk. Remember that HIV/AIDS doesn't come only through sexual intercourse, but we lose guard easily with things, bleeding. So I met a guy yesterday. He has this cut on the lips. That is an open wound with blood. If there's a bleeding gum or somebody whose gum is leaking, this common kiss from him, if it's infected, will transfer it. People were careful at the saloon some years ago. Now they are no more careful. People go and trim their eyelashes. And whatever is used to trim their eyelashes, they don't really care. But after the trimming, they feel burning sensation. So we are losing guard on protecting ourselves from STDs. And I want to plead with all of you watching. It's not about fighting the person. It's not about having quarrel with the person. But encourage those who cannot be faithful to use condom. And for the rest of you who hate condom, and you justify that you can't eat toffee with a rubber covering it, and you make a lot of assertions about not enjoying sex when it's with condom, revise your notes, because sex with condom can still be enjoyable. It's about a skill, and it's about how you have treated your private part as a woman, how sensitive your sexual life is, how close or far your orgasm is as a woman. Is where you applaud condom use for sex or raw. BC is going on, JSS examination is going on. And a lot of the people didn't report because some are pregnant and they cannot come and write the exam. The Ghana Education Service have given a caveat that if any student is pregnant, he should be allowed to write and be given the freedom of going to spit or doing whatever it is. She should still have a child and come out as a mother, but have the basic qualification to enter into the SS. And I accept it. However, I think we should rather do more of sex education, that those who cannot abstain from sex at JSS, they should practice condom use. Because the data came, some girls didn't come to write the exam at all. But the boys who impregnated them, if they are in school, they are writing the exam. Oh yes. Educating a girl child is not bad. But if you give me opportunity to educate a boy child and a girl child, I'll choose the boy child. Yeah. When it comes to formal education. Because when a boy is broke, the whole world is broke. Because men are the thought bearers. They carry the light. So when your son refuses to be educated, when your son refuses to get a trade, a skill, a profession, don't smile. Break him, mold him, push him to have a profession because he needs to take care of his family. When your daughter refuses anything, watch him because he will end up having a husband who will provide. It's only stupid husbands who want to fight you when they're providing for you to make you feel like you are a dummy or what. No, you are a slave, but enjoy as a slave, according to scripture. Don't play cha-cha with your life. So JSS, SS is in university. I don't know where you are now. Your heart was with him. You've invested emotionally, thinking that you marry him. Forget it. It's a wrong investment. So this is coming from Adiepen. I said that the lady should put love aside and ask herself if she should stay. I don't think I have an answer for the first time. Adiepen doesn't have an answer for the girl. Dina says, Ajay. Then I have Dina again come to say, yeah, in Europe, kids at 6 are taught sexual education. Oh, my sister, Dina. We don't do it here because we believe that when you teach them sex early, they will practice it. I am an example of abstinence till I became a full-blown boy to break my virginity. The experience for me after reading and learning is not the best. I am not proud of my sex life. I say it every time. When I read, I believe I could have done better when it comes to my knowledge with sex. Growing up, I was told that if you touch a woman, she'll get pregnant. And I was told in my house, if you want to finish your education and become some better person in future, the only thing you should avoid is women who will bring you down and have a child for you and you stop school. So I focused on my education and I never wanted any woman to get closer to me. I did everything possible to deal with erection negatively. I went to school. A life skills madam, the woman who taught us economics, said the same thing, that if you touch a woman, she'll be pregnant. Then in church, I was told that when you touch a woman, she'll be pregnant, and when she's pregnant, it's a sin, you go to hellfire. This is the challenge I have, and it's still going on today. My challenge was that it was only when I started studying as a sex therapist that I realized that sex was not just for procreation, but there's another part of sex, which is excitement. It makes you feel relaxed. It reduces your stress. It makes you talk less, complain less. Any woman who nags more is lack of sexual intercourse. In quote, proper sexual intercourse. A nagging woman is lack of proper sex. Any woman who is focused on trade, business, more than relationship with family, has sex issue. Any woman who likes to sleep too much has sex problem. Oh yes. Opedapa. Yeah. They are not good in bed. They are preparing themselves to become burdens in bed. Why am I saying all these things? So I never knew that sex was sweet. All I know is that sex is supposed to make women pregnant. Doing marriage counseling, nobody told me sex brings pleasure. They said if you want to have children, you have sex like this. So children were just as a result of the sex we are going to have. So there are women today who have retired because they have stopped having children and they are focusing on education. I'm not saying have sex every day or don't have sex every day. What I'm saying is that the education Dina is talking about is in some of our schools, but it is presented with a lot of fear and panic. So the young girls don't know the essence of abstaining from sex, and they don't know why they should have sex or not have sex. So you marry them and you are struggling to satisfy them sexually. I say every day that if I have sex with you, that is where you can say I'm good or bad. And whether you're going to tell me I'm good in bed or bad in bed, it depends on what experience you might have or you have read. So I don't know which record I'm breaking sexually in your life when I'm having sex with you. As I wrap up in the next 10 minutes, like I said earlier on, this young lady has no issue. The young guy has impregnated somebody who is pregnant 3 months. Which one is your problem? Is it that you feel that this is your future husband but has gone to impregnate somebody who is pregnant 3 months? That's the question. Or you feel that you have been cheated upon because you are never sleeping with anybody, you are giving him enough sex, and you least expected that he will sleep with somebody else. Or you feel that it is not true that this sex was coincidence, but he's been sleeping around and you didn't know. What is your issue with him? Think. I know your investment. I know your wasted time. I know your time you have spent. But if somebody else is pregnant for him, forget about the pregnancy. Let's think first about the fact that coincidentally somebody is pregnant for him. It means he was chopping and was not too straight whether it will become pregnancy. Looking at yourself, now think. You have been having sex with this guy since JSS till now. You have not been pregnant before. Somebody comes coincidentally into the guy's life and the girl is pregnant. Are you worried you can't make babies? Or you're having safe sex? What is your problem? Now, do you want to continue the relationship with him, and why? The issue is that he can be saying somebody is pregnant for him 3 months. It may be a lie. Maybe he's fed up with you. He doesn't want you anymore. He wants something that will take you off his shoulder because you kept too long with him. From JSS till now, it is too much. You are too much in his face. There's nobody who loves you so much when you are in their face. When a love is fresh, they want you to be in their face every time. I have sincerely been loved before. I'm using the word before because it was there. And when I hear people saying that I'm not materialistic, I don't like anything, I love that. It's true. But you know people who say, I don't want to take money from you because I'm not materialistic. When they come and ask you something once and you delay in providing, then they remind you, I've been with you for 10 years. Have I ever asked you for anything before? This is my first time approaching you to ask for this. And see how you're treating me. It means that there are times that they are not taking from you. They are quantifying it. That one day they will come for it. Girl, are you ready to marry a man with a child? If yes, then you don't have a problem. Because your guy you have known for this number of years is not having a child. Do you have the heart to take care of somebody's child? Or your own is that it's an investment you have done. You have spent time in this relationship and it has to end in marriage by all means. Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry. I cannot be a party to this thing. There is no relationship on earth that should end in marriage. Because every relationship that is intended, even at the marriage ceremony, is requested if you want to still proceed. Please, let's not invest our life into what we are not sure we can keep. Let your emotional investment be real and live life for tomorrow, not for today. My answer is, young lady, seek for counseling. You spend too much wasted effort in this relationship. Seek for counseling and let's see if you want to be a wife to a man with one child. And the said girl who coincidentally got pregnant have not done anything to your relationship. Because no relationship is designed to end in marriage. Marriage is on its own. What proceeds to marriage has no roadmap. No man is destined to marry a particular woman. We all work towards the men we are married to today and the women we are married to today. My wife was not born for me. Neither do I think I was born for my wife. But we are trying to bond. We are trying to live. We are forcing to become husband and wife. And I say this every time. If I love my wife to the max, the reason is because she's very respectful, very obedient. And that is what makes me feel stupid for my wife. Yeah. I told somebody last time that on Sunday we went to Rome, went to do some spiritual things at night. And I came home very late. And my way I requested that I was hungry. My wife never told me I should look for something to buy on the way and eat. I was shocked when I got home. She's going to do rice. 1 o'clock. And said, your food is ready. You can eat something before you sleep. And she was waiting till I come. Why won't you give her whatever you want? Even if she's pretending. Why you have other people who argue with you? They want to fight you. Well, it's late. If you eat, your stomach will be good. She knows everything, but she provided the food. The next thing was left with me to make a decision. If I'll eat that food at that time, but she provided it. Her own was provision, not negotiating. This is what we call marrying each other, trying to bond. We are not even one, me and my wife. And we are not sure. Look at you. Small jolly you are doing. You think I worry and you worry. Small thing you are angry. You can get angry and you speak loose. No. You are not there yet. No, you're not a wife, so you're not behaving like a wife. But temper is not about wives. Young man, see her throwing tantrums. See the things you are saying to her because of one issue. No relationship is designed to end in marriage. So, young lady, if this guy is your choice, after this wasted effort and investment of JSS to this time, and you want to marry a man with one child, especially not a man you met with one child, but a man who produced a child whilst you were there together, seek for counseling. 0277 609 644. Let's help you. Prepare yourself for relationship and be ready when you are ready to marry. Don't tell anybody I want to have sex after marriage, or don't open up and tell somebody that whoever sleeps with you will marry me. The guy who slept with you is nowhere close to marriage material. It can't sew a marriage material. It's another material. Let's talk. Let's give you help. Help is available. 0277 609 64. As you're watching me, this is what I want you to know. Follow me right now on my Facebook. Send a request. Finally, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Literate TV. This video and other videos will be available. Let me say a big thank you to Ginger Honey Chips for their divine support, or their able support, for this work that we're doing. It's helping us buy credit. Thank you, Ginger Honey Chips.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpadashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Last year, we sold out the Lincoln Theater, and Columbus, Ohio asked us to come back. It's that time again. Columbus and America, are you ready? Get your tickets and dancing shoes for this year's Tap Tap Send Ghana Music Awards USA.
Some girls nowadays, them ask for some crypto.
Happening live on the 26th of August at the Plush Lincoln Theater, Columbus, Ohio. For ticket info, go to my.cbusart.com/5662. That's my.cbusarts.com/5662 or www.gmausa.org/tickets. Remember, 200 plus tickets are already gone. Don't wait to be told. Grab your tickets now.
We on a new level now. We on a new.
Sponsor. Powered by. Last year, we sold out the Lincoln Theater.
Yare yo, yare yas. Obi benya one fi yare. Yamfa yare nsu nye nipa. Sichire yare ni no. Sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pocket, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055-000-5077. 055-000-5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support.